Hello, it's great to be with you on another short video to talk about Lent here at All Saints Ladner and what we have planned coming up in the next few weeks. It's really hard to believe that it has been a year. This time last year in the middle of Lent, our church, along with all other churches, went online for the first time as the pandemic took root in our world. And here we are 1 year later, and we have an opportunity to continue to offer creative and sustainable worship. The first thing you will notice is that this video is being filmed in our chapel, and so many of our services in Lent will resume here in our chapel, which creates a more intimate space, and a space that is also familiar to all of us, as well as our online congregation, as this is where we began. Our services in Lent will be recorded for the most part, and the liturgy will look a little different. For the most part, we will continue with Eucharist, as that is the core to our faith and our understanding as Christians. And it is important that we hold on to that we remember Jesus in the way in which he asked to be remembered. We will also, from time to time, and for about 3 weeks in Lent, be using a service of the Word known as Liturgy at Home. And it will become in a booklet like this, where we will offer prayers, primarily, with some hymns interspersed. And this is a service that is quite adaptable, not only for a church setting or a chapel setting such as ours, but is also one that you might like to use at home for your own prayer life. And so the booklet can be easily downloaded or by email, and you can follow along at home and use it during the week. We have a Lenten series starting as well, with Archbishop Hambidge, and he is very gracious with his time, and he will be meditating with us on the book of Acts. And this Liturgy at Home service will be used in that context. Typically we use a compline or evening prayer, as we have often had these teaching series in the evening. But because we're online, many people might prefer to watch the Lenten series at any time during the day. And so this again is a service that lends itself well both to the daytime and the evening. We have a couple of guest preachers in Lent, most notably the Venerable Peter Elliott, retired Dean of Christ Church Cathedral, will be preaching with us and spending some time with us in worship on March the 7th, and that will be great to hear from him. He's well known in the diocese and is a dynamic preacher and teacher. And I'm also very, very pleased and honored to let us all know that on Palm Sunday, we'll have the Primate, Archbishop Linda Nichols, as our guest preacher, and she'll also be joining us on our Zoom coffee hour as well. So please do keep March 28th, Palm Sunday, in mind, as this is also a great opportunity, a rare opportunity, for us to have the primate of our whole church right here with us of all days, Palm Sunday. And so it'll be an opportunity to ask questions that we might have on the national church or about her and her ministry as well. Zoom coffee hour is something that has also started recently this year, and while it's not unique to Lent, we will be continuing with our Zoom coffee hour, even though our services will be recorded, and that will continue shortly after our service, around 11:15. The idea is that our services on a Sunday will be broadcast and available from 10 o'clock Sunday morning, and then followed by Zoom coffee hour. And so if you haven't already and you want to, please do contact Flower in the parish office, and she will add you to our contact list for the Zoom coffee hour. And that way we can mingle and socialize with many familiar faces and people of All Saints. I'm really looking forward to this time of year. It's a special time of year where we can take an inward focus, a penitential focus, which is not about beating ourselves up, but it's about focusing and honing in on our relationship with ourselves, with God, and our values. That's what Lent is about. It's about focusing on what is important to us, our community, our world, and living more fully with God as we prepare for the joys of Easter. And so until then, may God bless you. May you keep well, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you during Lent, and of course, back in person when we can do that in a safe way. God bless.